Greetings, Yigga the Cyborg here, and it is time to update my pop vinyl collection. Now, I'm doing this a bit different because I've now got two cameras. Well, I've had two cameras, just haven't used them. One's my old phone, one's my current phone. Let's get going with this. So, as you guys can see here on the screen, not sure how to set it up, I have now got a secondary thing that I will be doing reviews on my pop vinyl figures. So let's start off with one that we all know and love that I got, Spider-Man. Now this one was my first pop vinyl that I got from my brother Jack for my birthday. Absolutely love it. I'm someone who has never ever going to take this out of the box. This is pristine. This is my life. Absolutely my life, and I may want to get the others. Like, I know I want to get the regular Spider-Man and the Iron. Oh, it doesn't have it. Oh, duh. I've already got the Iron Spider. But I want to collect the Spider-Man. Spider-Men, I guess. Which would be really cool to be able to get. Then, on the same day, my papa and my brother decided to get me another pop vinyl. Now, this one really excited me. This one was Jaguar from Rick and Morty. I'm so stoked to have this. So stoked that it is not funny, but look at him. He is in a pristine condition, and it even has a limited edition exclusive for, what was this? The 2019 Spring Collection. I'm not sure about the rarity, and I don't care about rarity for money. This is just leisurely for me to be able to say, hey, look, I have got my collection of things I love. So this is Jaguar, and yes, I'm going to collect the other Rick and Morty characters. These are some of them. So I'm going to have a bit of a haul for me, especially if they bring out any new characters when it comes to the new season when that drops. So that'll be good. That'll be dope. And of course, let's make room for the third and final one that I have. That's kind of a multi-in-one, I guess one could put it. And it's a game I love, and I cannot wait for the new game to come out end of May. You guys know what I'll be talking about. Five Nights at Freddy's. Now this is set 2. I want the first set, but for set 2 we have Freddy Fazbear, we have Bonnie the Bunny, we have Springtrap, and we have Balloon Boy. All of them really cool, and they've got a really nice background of one of the locations. I do believe it's Five Nights at Freddy's 2 location. I mean, of course it could be 3, because 2 and 3 kind of look the same with the decrepit look. But it's been a while since I've played the first one as well. So I now have 3 lots of my pop vinyls that I am so happy. I don't know why I keep trying to look at that camera. Sorry. So happy to have. So I'll be getting a Five Nights at Freddy's, Spider-Man, and Jaguar collection that I'm slowly getting up. It's going to take some time for me to do it because it's only a leisurely thing, because at the moment my top priority when it comes to my hobbies is YouTube and photography. 2 reasons. Also, because it's 2 reasons, V for Victory! If you guys watch my videos, you'll see that it's a new catchphrase or slogan that I now use. V for Victory! I don't know why I didn't start earlier. When I first saw them I thought, oh, it's gimmicky. But think about it. Pop vinyl for pop culture. And I'm everything pop culture. I'm a mid-90s baby. I know about the 90s, I know more about the 80s, and I know about the noughties. So the 80s and the noughties are my go-to when it comes to the knowledge. 90s were okay. I had a childhood that was full of interesting things, like because of my condition I was always sleeping because it's the only way that my body protected itself. But I'm super happy to have these. Can't wait to collect any more. And this one here is my prized possession of my prized possession, but not my favorite, because it is a limited edition. I'm not sure, like I said, I'm not sure about the whole what the limited edition means, because there's an exclusive, there's limited edition, limited exclusives, and something else, like the metallic ones. I'm not too phased on getting those, because I looked at one that, just out of a curiosity, going, oh, I want that 800 New Zealand dollars, and I go, fuck no! So this is my little collection. This is my definitely a much needed for, I like my limited editions. And my favourite is, of course, Spider-Man, because he has been my hero. The reason why? Let me just go show you. I had a childhood that was full of early computer games, which was not much back then, and TV. And of course, I was one of the last generations to have VCRs and VCR players. So these three made my childhood, and one of them will make sense to you. Well, there was more, but these ones are the only ones in my collection that survived. So the first one, which is a classic, is Shrek. Absolutely love Shrek. The original was pure genius, and I absolutely love it. The actors were all great, and the best part about it was in the era where they could slip in a few jokes, which is why you'll see some YouTube channels doing some exposure on them. Second one, which was, in my opinion, the better of the movies of its time, Spider-Man 2. Now this was my childhood. Spider-Man was everything. I had Spider-Man 1 and 2 on PlayStation 2. Long story, couldn't keep them, most likely sold. Bit of a bummer because, again, they're a collector's item for me for nostalgic purposes. But I absolutely love this, and I mean, look, you can tell that's the old VCR. It had these wacky little snippets of what was in the movie. It was rated M15. I watched this as a freaking 10-year-old, I think. 10-year-old, because it was roughly the same time that my brother was born. He's 10 years younger than me. And then, of course, one that was probably the main reason why I am a huge wolf lover. I realised I actually haven't got anything wolf-based other than a hat, a top, and something my brother gave me that's a money box. But Bolto. Now this one is the Wolf Quest. I haven't seen any of the Boltos on DVD, so if anyone knows where I can buy them, please let me know, because this was my childhood. Because one, it showed, like, bit of a disclaimer here if you haven't seen it. Bolto was an outcast because he was a half-wolf. Everyone hated him for what he was, not wanting to know what he is. And that resonated with me a lot because of having a heart condition. It was a heart disease back then. So this resonated with me a lot, as he was different and overcame it. I'm different and I've overcome a lot of things, so that's why I've loved it. And then Spider-Man 2. The reason that I was attracted to it was, one, I've always been a superhero fan. I mean, my first superhero that I fell in love with was Superman, because my papa's got some of the original comic books. And Spider-Man, I felt I just had a connection with more, because again, he was the outcast, he was the loser, he was the nerd. And so I felt like I resonated with him because he overcame a lot of obstacles, and he's had some pitfalls in his life, like Spider-Man 3 for instance. We won't talk about that one, that one's not the best movie, but again, if you look at the movie, it's, for me, I don't like it because of the style of the movie. I didn't like it because it got too deep, being Christian. But that's the only point. Other than that, the analogy of it, perfect. But again, this is the main reason why he will always be my favourite. Spider-Man will always be forever in my heart. I don't know why I keep looking up there. Spider-Man right here will always be in my heart no matter what. Number one hero, change my mind, I dare you. So thank you for part 2 of my pop vinyl collection, and I guess my nostalgic episode, because I've also got my VCR collection. I need a VCR player though. But thank you for joining me, and hopefully if you guys like this, more stuff like this, I might see if I can scrounge up some more of my stuff, or even I might start showing off my comics. I've got old-fashioned comics, like here's one for instance. 1983. Superman and the Flash. This one was an interesting comic. I actually haven't read it for a while, but it was a number 4, so it was quite up there on the charts. So, you're too late to halt the fastest man alive, Superman. I've stopped every single living being on Earth dead in its tracks. I'm absolutely in love with these sort of comics. I mean, you can tell how old-fashioned it is, because if I just flip to a random page... Please don't copyright me. DC. It's the original black and white. Absolutely love it. This was my comic, and I mean, this guy's been around a while. Murphy, he's not around anymore, but he's been in a couple of comics. But again, before I start rambling again, thank you for joining me, and I might start a nostalgic episode, but for now, thank you for joining me, and I will catch you lot in the next video. Kia kaha, stay strong, until the next one. Bye. Wow, that was a bit anticlimactic. I'm sorry, guys.